Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Say the secret word, it's Groucho Marx in the comedy quiz show You Bet Your Life. This episode of the show originally broadcast on March 5th, 1952.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is knife. K-N-I-F-E.
Which you like to put on my back. Really?
You bet your life. The more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
Never heard him. Oh, that's me. Well, here I am again with $1,000 for one of our couples.
Groucho, we invited some people from the world of scouting to the program tonight.
Really?
Yes, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Bill Ollinger. His partner is Miss Martha Pendergast, and here they come. Folks, come on in and meet Groucho Marx.
Well, welcome, kids, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you use every day. Oh, think of it. Miss Martha Prendergast, huh?
That's right.
Yeah, where are you from? From Kansas City?
No, I'm from Roseville, New Jersey, originally.
Roosevelt, New Jersey?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Mr. Bill Ollinger, huh?
That's right.
Where were you born, Bill?
Texarkana, Texas.
Texas?
That's right.
Oh. Somebody out there from Peru, I think. Martha, I won't ask you how old you are, should I?
I don't mind telling you.
Well, you're... you say. How old are you, Martha?
I'm 39.
39, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Are you related to Jack Benny at all?
Well, Jack Benny was 39 last year.
This year would be 38, I suppose. And how old are you, Bill?
17.
17? Well, what's a few years difference to a sailor, huh? Is that right, matey?
Well, I'm not a sailor. I'm a Sea Scout, branch of the Senior Scouts.
Oh, Boy Scout? Is that the case?
That's right.
Well, in that case, the romance is off, huh? Well, you say you're not a sailor? Bill,
No.
Well, why are you wearing that uniform?
Well, this is the official uniform of the Sea Explorers.
Are the Sea Explorers?
Yes.
Well, then you're certainly not in the Navy. Sailors do all their exploring on land, don't they?
Hardly.
Is there much difference between the Sea Scouts and the regular Scouts?
Well, we do everything the regular Scouts do, except we do it on the water.
Well, that'd be interesting. I'd like to watch you on a 14-mile hike sometime. Martha, I didn't quite catch Fenneman's introduction. Precisely, what is it that you do?
Well, I'm the executive director of the Girl Scouts of Los Angeles.
You mean you're a Girl Scout?
Yes.
Well, what does your job consist of, briefly?
Well, right now, with the board of directors of Los Angeles, I'm responsible for Girl Scouting in Los Angeles area.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Well, how are you making out?
Well, we're making out pretty well. We have 17,400 girls in this area.
No wonder my scouting is at a total loss. You got a monopoly. Do the Girl Scouts have a motto like, keep your powder dry?
Well, we have a motto, be prepared.
How about you, Bill? What is your motto in the deep sea? Sea
Be
Scout?
prepared.
Be prepared, huh? Well, that's a lot of preparedness. What's the matter? Don't you trust each other?
Sure, we're good friends.
Well, I'm fairly familiar with land scouting, but how do you conduct your activities on water?
We use a boat.
Well, I didn't think they pumped each scout full of air to keep them afloat. What kind of a mud scout do you use?
It's an LCVP.
LCVP? I used to know her very well. She lived in Pittsburgh, as I recall. No, I think it was Harrisburg. Did you know LCVP?
No.
Would you mind describing this scow that this This, you labor on?
Yeah. It's a 36-foot boat, and it has a 10-foot cabin. The helm is inside the cabin, and...
What's your language, boy?
It stands 3 feet out of the water.
What did you say is... You mean when you're in this thing, you ride 3 feet out of the water? Now, where's this ship?
It's at Cabrillo Beach, San Pedro Harbor.
Uh-huh. Well, is anybody on it now, or...
No.
Where is it? What is it doing there?
It's tied to a buoy.
How old is this boy?
Well, it's not a buoy, it's a mooring.
Don't change the subject. What is this boy's name? You mean to say this kid is in the water day and night down there? What about his parents? Don't they object to him?
No.
He must be awfully waterlogged when he gets home in the evening. I wonder if he's related to LCVP who lives in high school. Now, to what far-flung exotic ports do you journey in this ship of yours?
Well, the furthest we've ever gone was Catalina.
Ah, the mysterious East. Would you take me along on one of your sea explorations?
Well, our skipper doesn't allow us to take passengers.
That skipper's got to go. What do I have to do to be a skipper?
Well, you have to first of all, you have to know navigation. Then you have to have good character. You have to be physically strong, mentally awake, morally straight. You have to have a good reputation above all.
You haven't mentioned any category where I would qualify. Well, you're both good scouts, and if I ever meet you in a revolving door, I'll be sure and do my good time for the day. Now then, we're going to play You Bet Your Life. For a chance at $1,000. Right now, I want you to pay close attention to something of great importance.
March 5th, 1952, You Bet Your Life on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Are you suffering with arthritis or osteoporosis? Do you have diabetes? Did you know that these are just 2 of the hundreds of diseases that have seen improvement with Dr. Wallach's incredible longevity products? You can't get them at a health food store. The only way to get them is to call us at 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065. Do you have heart disease, fibromyalgia, or high blood pressure? Do you have a terrible time losing weight? Dr. Wallach can help. He was a veterinarian and cured diseases in animals. He felt that he could do the same for humans, so he became a physician. Over 50 years of research and helping people like you goes into every bottle of Dr. Wallach's amazing discoveries. Do you want to feel better? Learn how to treat the cause of your problem rather than covering up the symptoms with drugs. Call 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065.
Now more of Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life, March 5th, 1952 on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
All right, now let's see how you work together as a team. George?
Yes, sir.
This is Mr. Have you met Mr. Fenneman?
Yes.
How do you do?
This is Mr. Fenneman. Would you mind explaining the rules? This is Martha and this is Bill.
How do you do?
How you do?
You bet
They're
as
married. I forgot to tell you.
Oh. You bet as much of your $20 as you want on each of 4 questions, and the couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question at the end of the show.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected terms used in plane geometry. All right, here's your first question. How much will you bet?
17. 17.
17? Let them hear us. 17. Okay. What is the shortest distance between 2 points?
A line.
A straight line is right.
Well, you now have $37.
Now, remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. How much of the $37 will you bet on this one?
34.
You can talk.
34.
Okay, now, what do you call the length of or distance around a circle?
Circumference.
The circumference is right.
You now have $71.
Here's your third question. How much of the 71 are you going to go for?
65.
How much?
65.
65? How many degrees in a right angle?
90 degrees.
90 degrees is right.
You now have $136.
Say, I'm learning something here tonight, too.
125. 125.
How much have they got?
136.
And you're going to bet 100 and what?
25.
125. What do you call a five-sided figure? There's one in Washington.
Pentagon.
Pentagon is right.
And you wind up
What is
with
that?
$261.
Thank you. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
We invited some women lawyers to the program tonight, Groucho, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mrs. Elsie Manahan, and her partner is a husband from the audience. Right over there he is now. Groucho,
This guy's
is Mr.
wild. We have to watch.
This is Fred Clark, Groucho.
It's Fred Clark. Well, put it there, Fred.
Delighted to meet you, Groucho.
Glad to meet you, Freddie, old boy. Miss Elsie Manahan, huh?
That's right.
That's a good old Irish name, isn't it?
Just a little bit.
A little bit. You're a woman lawyer, eh?
That's right.
I used to go with one. She had quite a case on me, too. We only went together 2 months. It was just a brief case. Where are you from, Elsie?
I'm from Akron, Ohio.
Akron?
That's
Oh,
right.
I used to play Akron, Ohio. Colonial Theater there. How long since you've left Akron?
Well, I don't want to tell you how long since I've left, but I left when I was 2.
Well, there wasn't any Colonial Theater then. There was hardly any Akron. Mr. Fred Clark, is that your name?
That's right. That's right.
He used to be a manager of the Pittsburgh baseball
Yeah, I
club.
know him very well.
You're not Fred. You're not that.
No, I'm not the same fellow.
Where are you from?
Atlanta and Charlotte, and North Carolina, and Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Chicago. I've lived all around.
Wouldn't it have been cheaper to pay your hotel bills?
Well, I had a company that paid them, thank the Lord.
You're sort of a roving minstrel, huh?
No, you see, I was at it quite a while.
I see. Well, where are you living now, Fred?
I'm living out at 1034 South Catalina Street,
I see.
Los Angeles.
Oh, how soon do you plan on moving?
Well, it looked like I might have to move pretty soon. Rain got me the other night about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I had a little row with the owner this morning. I hired a man to help me, tried to keep the rain off, and had a little row with him. I might move.
Well, I'd wait for another rainstorm. Just take it easy.
It wasn't rain. It was a pipe broke, and he said it was an act of God. And I told him I didn't think God break any pipes.
Are you married?
I was, but it didn't work out very good.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. How long did it last?
31 years. I was tough fight, but I hung through it.
You were married 31 years?
You betcha.
Well, you just didn't give it a chance, Fred.
Didn't give me a chance either.
How old are you, Fred?
Pushing 60.
You're pushing 60?
You betcha.
From which direction? Now, Elsie, you're a lady lawyer, is that right?
That's right.
I'd like to ask you a question. What is your age?
33.
33. Is that the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
To the best of my knowledge.
Some lawyer, eh? Have you ever made any mistakes in court, like swearing at the judge instead of swearing in the witness?
Well, I did make one mistake. I represented a fellow who was charged with passing bad checks.
I know a fellow was charged with salsa once, and he had quite a time in court.
Well, I made the mistake of accepting a check from him in payment for my fee.
And this check...
It bounced.
Now, anything else happen to you of a similar
Well,
nature?
I did have a rather embarrassing experience one day. I walked into court with a client. He was a gentleman, an elderly gentleman, and very distinguished looking, and we walked up to the bench, and the judge looked down, and he spoke to my client, and he says, "What is she charged with?"
That's something like the salsa joke, isn't it? Fred, let's get back to you, shall we? Not that I want to particularly, but the sponsor says I have to talk to everybody. Now, as a matter of fact, I'd like to talk to you because...
Thank you. That goes double on my side.
Well, that's fine. Put it there, Fred.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What kind of work do you do?
Well, I've retired, and I'm trying to grow old gracefully.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you be like me and grow old disgracefully?
Scared I get caught.
It's not too bad, Fred.
Well, I have to get you to help me, Groucho.
They're very, very lenient on us oldsters.
Yeah, you're not as old as I am by a long shot.
Well?
Well? You paid me a compliment, I'll pay you one.
Yes,
and
it's
I mean
unfortunate that we're both lying.
Well, a good lie is better than the truth sometimes.
Yes, it certainly is. Say, you're quite a philosopher, Fred.
Well, thank you.
You're sort of a rolling Benjamin Franklin.
So are you.
What kind of work have you done in the past?
I started out...
before you were breaking pipes in somebody's house.
Started out in the plumbing business and lasted one day.
You were a plumber for one day?
Just one day.
And you made enough in one day to retire?
No, sir. I told the plumber I didn't like that business. He said, you're a smart boy. So I went into something else.
He's real cute, this guy. Well, it's been nice talking to you two and education. And Elsie, next time I see my lawyer, I'll be able to give him some good advice. I'll just tell him to see the DeSoto Fire Dome 8 tomorrow. All right, now you're going to play You Bet Your Life. You beat our other couples, and you get a chance at the $1,000 question. I can't tell you how much you have to win, but Mr. Fenneman is going to remind our listeners.
The Sea Scout and the Girl Scout leader won $261, and the secret word is knife.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected song titles that tell a story as your category. Is that clear? Here's your first question. How much of the 20 will you bet? And talk right up.
How about 1950?
Right.
1950. All right, Jerry Failing and his orchestra will play this song. You give me the title. Okay, Jerry.
Yeah.
Somebody stole my gal.
That's right. Somebody stole my gal.
And you're on your way. You have $39.50.
How much you going to bet?
39.
Out of how much?
39.50.
Play, Mr. Fielding. What's the answer you guess?
Did you mean it, or was it true?
No, you're close, but it's Do I Worry.
Oh.
You were flirting with her. Well, that's
we
a
were
shame.
worrying, all right.
That's
Not
a shame.
enough.
That's not an easy question. All right, now, how much have they got? 50 cents?
50 Right. cents.
How much of the 50 cents you going to roll?
25 cents?
Yeah.
25. All right, here we go. Mr. F.
Was the lucky April shower? Find $1 million baby in a 5
That's
and 10.
right, $1 million baby. You found $1 million baby, and you now have 75 cents.
Right.
And it's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much you going to bet?
Shall we shoot the word?
All of it.
Shoot at everything.
75
Okay,
cents.
here we go. Play, Mr. F.
Well, you wind up with $1.50. We can't let him go away, can we?
Nobody leaves here with $1.50. Nobody leaves here with less than $25. I'm going to give you one more question answered correctly, and we give you $23.50, right? All right, and no help in the audience, because this is a tough question. You ready?
Yeah.
Who is buried in Grant's tomb?
Right.
General Grant is right. Put it there, friend. Thanks, and good luck to the Soda Plymouth Dealer.
We have a couple of young ladies for you now, Groucho. They were chosen from our studio audience just before we went on the air. I'll let you find out more about them as you talk to them. Miss Haya Tarnar and Miss Marion Aberdeen, come on in here and meet Groucho Marx.
Well, welcome. Welcome, youngsters, for the Soda Plymouth Dealers.
You right.
Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you use every day. Talk to you first. What is your name?
Hiya.
Hiya, but what's your name?
Hiya, Turner.
Oh, in that case, hiya, hiya. Where are you from originally, hiya?
Haifa.
Hiya from Haifa, eh? Is that anywhere near semicolon, hyphen? Where is Haifa?
It's in Israel.
Oh, Israel. Well, hiya, you're the first person we've ever had up here who's from Israel, and after looking at you, after casing you higher, I hope you won't be the last one we have here from Israel.
Okay.
Hiya. Aren't native-born Israeli pretty rare? I thought everybody over there was from someplace else.
Well, we are pretty rare, even in Israel. And as a matter of fact, we have a nickname. They call us sabras, which means cactus in English.
Sabra means cactus in English?
That's right.
Why do they call you Sabra?
Well, we're supposed to be sweet on the inside and full of thorns on the outside.
Well, higher, if you're a cactus, I'm just an old desert rat. That's Marion Aberdeen?
That's right.
That must be, I'm sorry I've been ignoring you, but I got involved with Cactus Pete over here.
That's all right.
As a matter of fact, I wasn't exactly ignoring you anyhow. I was looking out at you at the corner of my eye. Marion Aberdeen, then? That's a Scotch name. Are you from Scotland?
No, but my father's Scotch-Canadian.
No. Your father's Scotch-Canadian. That makes you 1/5 of Scotch, eh?
Something like that.
Where are you from, Marion?
I was born in Syracuse, New York, in this hospital that was torn down right afterwards to make a big Coca-Cola bottling works. Then we moved to Shelton, Connecticut.
Wait a minute. You mean they took a look at you and tore down the hospital?
Yes.
That's not very flattering, is it? Well, I don't think you'd scare anybody now.
There's more money in Coca-Cola than there was in me. I guess they figured.
There's probably a lot of Coca-Cola in you, too. How old are you, Marion?
18.
March 5th, 1952, Groucho Marx, You Bet Your Life on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. The conclusion comes up next.
No offense, but are you a little fat when you look in the mirror? How would you like to learn the secrets to lose 3 to 5 pounds a week easily without joining the gym or going through any crazy diets? It's called Body Sculpt by Med Diet. For the last 2 decades, we've been helping people just like you that have pounds they want to shed. We've helped millions of people lose thousands and thousands of pounds over the years. And now it's your turn. Learn the secrets of how to lose weight with one simple phone call. You'll see an amazing difference in a matter of days. Don't believe us? We'll offer you a money-back guarantee. If you're ready to start losing weight right now, call right now to learn more about your risk-free order to Body Sculpt.
Call for your risk-free offer. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. That's 800-738-5332.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of You Bet Your Life, starring Groucho Marx, March 5th, 1952.
Are you married?
No.
Engaged?
No.
How about you, Haya? How old are you?
24.
Married?
No.
Engaged?
No.
Neither of you is married or engaged, eh? Ah, Marx, there's good news tonight. Let's see, what good deed have I done to deserve all this? Now, Hire, I gather from that uniform you're wearing, you work for some kind of an airline. Is that right?
Yes, I'm an airline hostess. I work for the El Al Israel Airlines, which is...
What is that? El Al?
That's right, El Al. It's, in Hebrew, it means up to the heights.
Uh-huh. Well, I hope you stay there when you're in the plane, huh?
I hope so, too.
Well, where do you fly?
We fly to Europe and the States, stopping in cities like Istanbul, Rome, Paris, Zurich, London, New York.
Are you scared when you're up there?
Sometimes.
Well, since Israel is only 3 years old, your airline is just a baby, isn't it? Is it safe to fly with you? You can't have had too much experience in 3 years.
Well, I think it's safe. We have very experienced personnel. As a matter of fact, my pilot, Captain O'Reilly, has about 10,000...
Hiya, my ears are not what they used to be. Would you mind repeating that?
So, Captain O'Reilly.
Captain O'Reilly? He's a native of Israel?
No.
He must live on the outskirts.
It doesn't matter. Most of our pilots are Americans.
Oh, well, why is that?
Because they have experience of 8 or 9 years, which our boys haven't got it yet.
Hiya, tell us some more about Israel. What is the climate like over there?
Just like California.
You mean the sun shines every day, but you're building lots of flood projects?
Well, it happened to us, but it happened here. It was very unusual, but we had the floods the same time you had them here.
Is that so? Well, there's a kindred spirits. Now, how about industry? What sort of things do you export?
Our biggest export is oranges. We grow oranges as big as grapefruits.
You're proud of that, eh?
Sure.
Well, don't get too cocky. California's pretty good, too, you know. Out here, we raise grapefruit as big as oranges. Well, you're charming girls, and I hope all three of us will be very happy in the near future. Now you're going to play You Bet Your Life for a chance at the $1,000 question. I can't tell you how much you have to win, but Mr. Fenneman's going to remind our listeners.
The Sea Scout and the Girl Scout leader lead with $261.
See how smart you girls are. Here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. You selected royalty as your category. Here's your first... This is Mr. Fenneman.
Hi, how do you do?
No, this is higher. How much of the $20 will you bet? And talk real loud.
15?
15, yeah.
15.
Okay, what is the wife of a baron called?
Baroness.
Baroness is right.
You're on your way. You have $35.
Now, how much of the 35 are you going to risk?
30.
30, yeah.
30. What is the wife of a duke called?
Duchess.
Duchess is right.
You've now climbed to $65.
65 is your third question. How much is the 65?
60?
60?
All right. What was the wife of a czar called?
Tsarina, isn't it?
Among other things, she was called a czarina. That's right. That's right, a czarina.
You now
Not a note out of him until I say czarina. Oh, well, we haven't trained.
You now have $125.
And here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the $125 are you going to bet?
All of it. All of it. Well, what do we got to lose?
Okay.
125. Shoot the works.
I bet she owns part of that Coca-Cola plant. What is the wife of an emperor called?
An
Empress.
An empress is right.
Well, you'll wind up with $250, and that means the Sea Scout and the Girl Scout leader with $261 in just 1 minute get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question. And here comes the Sea Scout, Groucho, and the Girl Scout leader, all set for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question.
Here we go for $1,000. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you. Think carefully, and please no help from the audience. Here we go. The largest river in France divides the country into two nearly equal parts. For $1,000, what is the biggest river in France? Talk it over. All right, what answer have you decided upon?
The Rhine?
I'm sorry, the correct answer is Loire, pronounced war, they tell me. So that means the big question next week will be worth $1,500. Well, you lost the big money, but how much did they win in the quiz?
$261.
Well, thanks and good luck from the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. You bet your life.
Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life from March 5th, 1952 on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is next.
Are you in bad pain? You know what I mean. Your knees hurt. Your shoulder hurts. Your elbow and back are constantly killing you. And I'm sure you've tried every pain pill or cream available at the drugstore. Am I right? Well, here's something you haven't tried. Pain Magic. Pain Magic is not available at any drugstore. The only place you can get it is by calling the special toll-free number I'm about to give you. And to make things even better, call right now and find out about our buy one, get one free offer. We're so confident it'll work for you that we offer a free bottle with your purchase. No prescription required. Call now to learn how you can get Pain Magic and get rid of your pain. Remember, your results may vary. 800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. That's 800-492-8164.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we start a brand new yours truly Johnny Dollar story, The Plantagenet Matter. This episode originally broadcast March 5th, 1956.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
This is Mr. Costello at the Plantagenet Hotel in Vicksburg, Virginia. You left word?
Oh, yes, Mr. Costello. I'm acting for Eastern Seaboard Casualty Insurance. You know, investigation.
Oh?
I understand you had a burglary down there.
We sure did, Mr. Dollar.
Well, the main reason I wanted to talk to you, Mr. Costello, was to let you know I'm getting the first plane out of Hartford as soon as the weather clears.
You're coming here to Vicksburg?
Yes, that's right. Eastern Seaboard Casualties asked me to investigate the burglary for them.
Good. Then I'll expect you when I see you.
And I'll be there.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Chief Accountant, Eastern Seaboard Casualty Insurance Company, Providence, Rhode Island. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Plantagenet Matter. Expense account item 1, $2 cab fare, my apartment to the Hartford Airport. Item 2, $173. One airline ticket from Hartford to Vicksburg, Virginia, and back again. We took off in 10 below zero weather about 1:30 in the afternoon. By 5 o'clock, we circled into Vicksburg for a landing. Item 3, $5 cab fare to the Plantagenet Hotel, 3 miles outside of town. A pleasant, spacious, gentle old building set back among the wintry trees. 15 minutes after checking in, Mr. Costello appeared, wrung my hand, and reported that the Vicksburg police had apprehended the burglar who had rifled the hotel safe the night before. All of the loot had been recovered. As a matter of form, I spent 2 hours with the police itemizing the stolen property, which was all intact. Then I returned to the hotel, assured Mr. Costello that everything would be all right, and got busy trying to make return reservations for Hartford. Now, the rest of this report is by way of apology for my tardiness in submitting the expense account. In between phone calls to the airport, I went downstairs to the bar for a drink, and then stepped outside for a walk and a breath of fresh air. In the back of the parking lot behind the hotel, a blonde woman, about 30, in a green suit, was talking to a tall, typically dark man who had his back to me. They were arguing about something. As I walked past them, I couldn't help hearing too well.
Please help me.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, please.
On your way, mister. This is private. You hear me?
Here, just keep your hands to yourself, bud.
Well, keep rolling, then. We're having a little argument, private.
Please, I don't know who you are, but I'm...
Shut up! She's, had a little too much to drink, mister, that's all.
Oh, that's so? Well, it doesn't look that way to me. Now, what's this all about?
I just told you, Nosy, she's had a little too much to drink. Now, go on, but get on your way.
Wait a minute. I told you to keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
Honey, you want to keep it up? You hear me?
Yes. I hear you. And I'll let it go this time, mister. Just this once.
Do you want to have him hauled in, miss?
Oh, no. No, that's all right. It's all right.
Okay, then, okay. Come on, beat it, you.
Now, listen,
Beat it, I said. She's tired of you, and so am I. Go on, beat it.
Okay. Just remember, Amy, I was only trying to talk some sense into you. So long, hero.
Thanks. Thank you very much. That was awfully kind of you.
Okay, did he hurt you?
Yes. Where it hurts the most, I guess. I'll never get accustomed to being disappointed in people.
Oh, well, he didn't look like your type anyhow. So why don't you just... Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, look now.
This is just the end of everything. Everything.
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe it looks that way, but maybe it isn't.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry to have caused you all this trouble.
That's okay.
It must look rather cheap and dingy. I mean, I don't know what I mean.
Well, look, let me ask you something. Did you really have too much to drink tonight?
No. No, I only had one drink with him.
All right, then maybe you'll let me buy you one. How about it?
You're very kind.
You look like you should be with someone for a little while right now. So what do you say? How about it?
You're a very kind man.
And that's the way it began. In the parking lot outside of the Plantagenet Hotel in Vicksburg, Virginia. She trembled a little when I led her back inside to the warmth of the bar and the people and sat her down at a booth. Looking back on it now, I guess we had a rather strained, one-sided conversation. She did all the listening and seemed preoccupied with her problems, whatever they were. Even though I'm not the greatest wit in the world, I did manage to get a faint smile out of her. It was a nice smile from a warm, frank mouth. Item 4, 2 drinks for us.
That's cute.
Hey, see there? Next thing you know, you'll be telling me a joke. Oh, that reminds me. Of another one. It's one of the oldest and most respected jokes in the country. You probably heard it 1,000 times. It seems 10 men were standing in the rain under an umbrella, and none of them got wet. Well, just about then, a fellow walked up.
You've been very, very kind to me. Thank you again.
Well, I'm glad you feel better. Miss,
Are you, from here in Vicksburg?
No, my home's in Hartford, Connecticut. I flew down here this afternoon on business. I'm waiting for a flight out.
Oh. What's your name?
Johnny Dollar.
Thank you again, Johnny Dollar.
Hmm?
Thank you for not asking me my name. For not asking me about the man in the parking lot. For not asking me to explain what my trouble is. Thank you, Mr. Dollar. And thank you for sitting here with me this little while and trying to make me laugh.
You really feel all right now, huh?
Yes, I think so.
Good, that's swell. Because I wouldn't want to let you go if I thought you were going to step outside and start crying again.
No, I won't do that, I promise.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay. Ah, you want one more for the road?
Oh, thank you, but I'd better not, Mr. Dollar. I really should be getting home.
Well, will everything be all right at home?
What? Oh, yes. He wasn't my husband, or my boyfriend, even. He won't bother me.
Okay, then. Here, let me help you on with your coat.
Thank you.
There you are. You have a car?
No, I'll get a cab. There's always one out in front.
Good, I'll help you.
Thank you.
Say, look, I'm going to tell you something. I'm staying here in Vicksburg at the Plantagenet, and I doubt if I'll be able to get a plane out tonight. Probably not until tomorrow sometime. So, look, if you need me for any reason at all, why don't you just call me? Okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Good, then. Cab, taxi. You're still worried about him, aren't you?
Why do you say that?
The way you looked around when we stepped outside here just now. Would you like me to see you home?
No, thank you. You've done enough already. And about him, I made a mistake, that's all.
Oh, we all make mistakes, so forget about it.
Well, I'm afraid this one can't be corrected very easily. But here's my cab. Good night, Mr. Dollar.
Good night.
You and I will probably never meet again. But I shan't forget your kindness. Thank you.
Okay, good night.
Downtown, please. I hope you have a nice trip home, Mr. Dollar.
Hey, whoa, driver, hold it. Hey, anything wrong? What is it?
I don't know. I have the strangest feeling.
Wait a minute, driver. Hey, look, do you feel all right? You're shivering.
Yes, I know I... Oh, it hurts.
Oh, what hurts?
Hurts. I didn't think he...
What is it? What can I do?
Help me. Please, Mr. Dollar. Help me.
Let's go, driver. She fell back across the seat of the cab, writhing with pain. I took her in my arms and tried to find out what it was, but by that time she wasn't able to speak. In another 10 seconds, she was unconscious. The cab driver delivered us to an emergency hospital 5 minutes later. They carried her in through the ambulance entrance. I let the driver go and waited around the desk to see if I could learn what happened. Just waited.
Vicksburg emergency.
Waited.
One moment, please. Go ahead, please. Vicksburg emergency. Not at this time of the night, sir. You'll have to call first thing in the morning. I'd suggest any time after 7:30. Yes, sir. Yes?
Hey, look, would it be all right to go back and talk to the doctor now?
I'm afraid not, sir.
Well, could you bring him out here? I've been waiting for quite...
I'm sure he'll be out in a very short while. He knows you're waiting to talk with him.
I thought maybe he forgot me.
No, sir.
I just want to make sure she's all right.
The doctor will be out. Vicksburg emergency. Just a moment, I'll connect you. Go ahead, please. Has she had many of these attacks, sir?
Oh, I don't know. I just met her.
Oh. Well, if you'd like, we could call you at home and let you know how she is.
This isn't my home. I'm on my way out of town as soon as I can get a plane. I'll wait.
Certainly. Excuse me. Yes, doctor. Yes, he's right here. Yes, sir, thank you. The doctor will see you now, sir.
Good, thanks.
End of the hall, room 111.
Okay, thank you. I don't know what it was or why that hallway looked so long to me. Call it an old-fashioned premonition or what have you. That's what I had walking down the hall to see a doctor about a girl I'd known only a few minutes. There were 3 people in the room, 2 doctors in their white clothes and a nurse. I can still see the light burning above their heads, the way they looked tired, exhausted. All 3 of them had been working very hard. Doctor?
Yes? Oh, you're the man who was with her.
Yeah, that's right. How is she?
When did this happen?
About a half hour ago. I put her in a cab at the Plantagenet Hotel, and she complained of feeling sick. So I brought her here, but she lost consciousness in the cab.
I see. Sit down, please.
Oh, why?
Some papers we want you to fill out, just routine.
Oh.
Your name, please?
Johnny Dollar.
And she is Mrs. Dollar?
No.
Oh, I see. You're a friend of hers, Mr. Dollar.
Well, yes. Look, what is it, Doctor? What's the matter with her?
I can't exactly tell you that right now, Mr. Dollar.
What? Well, now, wait a minute. Why can't
We have to contact her family first, Mr. Dollar. This girl is dead. Now, if you're willing to fill out...
Picture it. Yourself in my position, I mean. I'd known the girl only a few minutes. I didn't even know her name. Yet somehow I'd become closely involved with her. Too much so, I guess. All I knew about her was that she was someone who had died while asking me to help her. Under the circumstances, what would you do?
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's exciting episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow? How can you help a dead girl? Somebody had to help her. And guess who? Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood, written by John Dawson. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
March 5th, 1956, yours truly, Johnny Dollar, on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit the webpage, classicradio.stream, where you can stream our shows on demand, learn more about classic radio collecting. You can contact me there as well and learn other places where you can stream our shows on demand. classicradio.stream. Please thank this radio station, support the advertisers, tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.